landowners.
Hey folks, this is Bardic Dragoon. Welcome to a brand new Let's Play. And this time around we are playing Shantae and the Pirate's Curse. Released in 2014 by WayForward Technologies. It is the third game in the Shantae series and personally my favorite in the series. Mostly because it changes up a lot of things that, well, I didn't dislike the other ones. The changes are for the better if you ask me. That said, let's get into this. And by the way, we are playing the Wii U version, if you didn't notice as the game was coming up there. Which this game is available for, of course, Wii U, but also 3DS, and it's also available on PC through Steam, if I remember correctly. No. I had the 3DS and the Wii U version, so, yeah. That said, let's settle in for the opening. Oh, that was ominous. So, ominous repeating dreams, and now there are explosions. And yeah, this game picks up pretty much right where the previous one left off, with Shantae having lost her genie powers, though her insane magical hair whipping is still a thing. And as with any Shantae game, we have to start off with the city being under attack, because why not? What? Didn't the last game the town was signed over to Ammo Baron? Why is he destroying things? Okay. Alrighty. So yeah, we have items. Auto potions, if we die, will automatically restore, I believe it's full health, but I don't remember. And pike balls, those were in the previous game, which I did do a playthrough of quite a while ago, if you want to go watch that. But yeah, they basically have little balls, their little spike balls circle around you. And, well, at least for this level though, it's a pretty straightforward game. Overall, it's not like it gets overly complicated past this opening level, but, you know, this opening level is, you know, pretty straightforward kind of action platformer thing. Run forward through a linear level. Defeat enemies as they come at you. Alright, actually I didn't need that heart. All that fun stuff. It's actually pretty straightforward, and if you've played the previous Shantae games at this stage of things, it's pretty straightforward. Enemies, as you defeat them, will drop gems, which, though we can't do anything with them for the moment, you can eventually use as currency to buy things. Oh, shit. Sure you can. You couldn't even buy good chocolate when you do something stupid with that? Yeah, come on. Also, why are you surprised, Shantae? You're the one who handed the deed off to the Ammo Baron. Because it did explain to us that it was the deed and that he was in charge of the town. And then once I play the second game, I don't remember. Ret 2 go indeed. I still don't know. I think that was just like a text limitation on the original Game Boy Color, or on the Game Boy Color that the first game was polished on. That just kind of became a thing with the series, of that whole Ret 2 go. You know, you can't do the normal thing and say you're ready to go. No, you are Ret 2 go. I don't know. It's... I don't understand it, but it's, you know, not a bad thing necessarily. Oh, there we go. And we can also... Enemies will now drop items sometimes. In that case, Monster Milk, what that guy just dropped, is basically an item that will give you a temporary boost to your attack power. I'm going to save that because I don't have much use for it now, but it can be extremely useful to have later on. Also, this tutorial area, very nice and easy going on you. Gives you the full heart restore on a regular basis, pretty much at the end of every screen or so. So yeah, if you never played a Shantae game before, yeah, this would be a good introduction to that idea. Short of the magical transformations that populate a lot of the series, but then again, that populate a lot of the series, the whole dancing and the magical transformations and all that, which in themselves are, you know, extra elements to the game on top of just the basic platforming that we're engaging with here. Ow! Those guns keep throwing me off with their hitbox. They just always seem to be bigger than I expect them to be. Also, yeah, this is a section where, you know, the idea is go forward, don't die. Like I just did there. Don't do that. That's kind of the idea of the game right now. Except for that spot. That spot well, you can't go forward. So what you gotta do is jump, or just, you know, trigger that platform and get off the platform. So, wow, I'm not doing too good. This did not bode well. And mind you, the beginning of the game is pretty straightforward, but it's also, well, like I mentioned, this is actually probably my favorite game in the series. And a lot of that has to do with the way that it changes its movement mechanics and upgrades to allow for more exploration and all that. And yeah, I was actually playing this recently, so I'm kind of more used to having all the movement options, and, you know, just going back to the basic platforming is a little disorienting, I guess would be a good word for it. But, well, we won't go to those tools and why they're awesome and all of that, because, well, like I said, I did a playthrough of this, or not this, of the previous game, Shantae, Risky's Revenge, I think was the second one. And yeah, they're pretty much, you know, straightforward action platforming, kind of like this. But the main thing being that it's kind of a Metroidvania kind of thing. And your main way of, you know, getting tools to better navigate the environment, solve puzzles, all that. There's a lot of panicked people. Yeah! Wrench, the bird. Which really only makes sense if you've played the first game, why the bird is called Wrench. And it's honestly kind of bizarre even if you have played the first game, but at least you get the why. From my hair to his derriere. Yeah, you shut up. That was a great line she made there. You be quiet, Sky. But yeah, and you basically get all the different magical transformations that let you transform into different animals or creatures, you know, elephants, monkeys, mermaids, stuff like that. And those give you extra tools to navigate the, navigate the environment, and you just have to, you know, transform at the appropriate times to know when to use them. This game, as I said, we'll get to them probably in a maybe next video, probably the third one, as far as how they work. But yeah, they're a bit more naturally integrated into the experience. By the way, if you couldn't tell from the dialogue, he's a bad guy. I mean, come on, he's tearing down preschools and turning them into weapons. Also, elderly people in the retirement centers. I suppose he's not turning the elderly people into weapons. The little old ladies in like giant cyborg armor. There's a hilarious mental image. Awesome. Yeah, anyway. No one weaponizes the elderly on my watch. Like a belly dancer? Yeah, you are. Your magical... Well, you're no longer there. Magical genie powers work by dancing. You dress like a belly dancer. Why are you surprised he thinks you're a dancer? Yeah. I figure you'd know her. I mean... you handed off the deed? I don't remember. I haven't played the second game in so long. Fairness towards oversized Chocoholic Landowners Act. What? 30 days to refund the full amount in cash or edible confections before you can claim legal occupancy. Well, that is an oddly specific law, isn't it? Or legal precedent? I don't know. Bourgeois. That's... Mechanized Militaristic Madman. By the way, get used to those for boss fights, having those little alliterative statements. And that also points out we are in the first boss fight of the game, but it's pretty straightforward. Ow. Assuming I'm not being stupid. Bet I currently am. But yeah, he doesn't have much in the way of attacks. He has his ramming thing, which as long as you're up on these boxes, he can't hurt you. And then he has the cannon, which there are 3 types of shots. A low shot, a high shot, and then the red ball. Normally he does low, high, and then you hit him with the red shot, which knocks him out of his tank, and then he climbs back in, and usually afterwards he'll go into a stint of ramming the boxes. Because, I don't know why not. Ow. I wasn't paying attention. And that's a running theme here. Okay, this is not a good start. No, we've got an auto potion. Don't want to, like, you know, be having to be using auto potion this early into the playthrough, but well, at the rate I'm going, it might just be a thing. So, and slap you with my hair. Slap, 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 slap. Ow. Duck. Oh. Alright. Normally, like I said, he tends to go into ramming you after you jump back into his tank there, but I guess not. Either way, I had an auto potion, so I'm not too upset. Didn't die in the first video, even though technically I suppose I did. And so the day is saved. He's not trying to destroy it, he's just trying to weaponize it. That might be different, right? I don't know. Who is that? Oh! Wait, there's royalty? What? I thought you just had the mayor and... I don't know. Wait, what? Oh, that's not good. What special weaponry? Oh, yeah, I guess her hair would count as special weaponry. You know, when you consider the art style and her head shape, she'd look really weird bald. Wouldn't be a good look on her. I mean, it's not for a lot of women, but there are some who can pull it off, but she wouldn't be one of them, I think. Something tells me we're not going to stay out of trouble. Trouble seems to follow this girl. You attacked the guy who runs the town? I mean, you had good intentions, but you attacked the guy that owns the town, or runs the town. Owns, runs, whatever. It's kind of the same thing. Why are you talking about risky? Yeah, but that's not her fault. I will be stealing your magic, yes, but, you know, what happened right now, that has nothing to do with her. Yeah, well, alright, she's in a bath. That's cool, I can dig that. But you forget, well, you obviously have the suds. You forget the bath salts? I don't know. Oh. Then whose house are you in? Because there's very clearly a bathtub that you're sitting in here. Or maybe you're trapped in a bathtub. What?
Risky boots.
Well, that just happened out of nowhere. Okay. Booby trap bathtub. Well, it did its job very well. Trapped. I'm not even gonna continue that joke. I'm pretty sure you guys all know where I was going with it, and you'd probably agree. Or not, I don't know. Your middle clamp. Something tells me until she lets you out, you're not getting out. Why are you asking her what? Why do you think we had anything to do with it? What? Okay. Also, did no one notice that she's dragging Shantae through town in a bathtub where she's in like a steel trap inside the bathtub? Did no one ask any questions about this? I'm just curious, because it seems kind of like a thing that someone should have asked questions about. You know, what are you doing dragging that young lady in a bathtub around in? No, nothing, you know, just normal bathtub dragging stuff. I don't even know what's going on right now. Or having a person... Well, are Tinkerbats people? Well, I guess they're Tinkerbats. I don't know. But yeah, in a giant glass jar, that's hard to find a figure out a reasonable explanation for, if you ask me. And how does putting your henchmen in giant glass scientific-looking jars do that? I mean, mind you, they aren't exactly the most expressive creatures, but how can you tell? What noise? Ominous black clouds? No, there's nothing wrong going on here, right? Oh, that can't be good. A cacklebat, huh? Don't you know what a cacklebat is? Everybody knows what a cacklebat is. Also release me from the bathtub trap. I really don't think... Where'd the clothes come from? Was she bathing fully dressed? That removes some of the fun of the experience, if you ask me. Alright. Destroyed the bad thing. How did we destroy the bad thing? Well, it was trying to destroy us, so, you know, self-defense. Oh, you gave us back the magic lamp, but yeah. Alrighty. There we go. We have some dark magic. Is that a good thing? Yeah, explanations seem in due, or not. Or what is a pirate master? Alright, well, I can very clearly see that there's a giant boat over there. I'm sure Risky Boots is that way too, but we're going to ignore that for the moment. We grab some stuff over this way. For one thing, another cacklebat. Because yeah, These guys, or more aptly the dark magic that is released when you defeat them, are one of the game's, well actually it's really the game's main collectible. And yeah, there's two different animations for sucking up the dark energy. You might find which one I have a preference for, very easy. The other collectible are heart squids. They're basically pieces of heart. Collect 4 of them, you get, well you have to take them to a certain NPC in order to transform them into it. And let's see what the mayor's up to actually, since we're over here. Alright, fine, we'll leave you alone. But yeah, you get 4 of them, and you can transform them into a new heart container, giving you 4 extra hits that you can take. So, 4 extra points of damage you can take. So that's cool. Yep, that's this. If you're on the Wii U, as I am here, you can also use the gamepad, but... Oh, my battery light's flashing. Thankfully, the game doesn't require the gamepad, so it's not like it's going to cut us off in the middle of recording, I hope. He's a rude dude, you know. But yeah, you can sit here and talk to the NPCs. Most of them don't have anything interesting to say right now. Maybe it's because of the fact that we already know that's Risky Boots, but I'm pretty sure you could probably tell it's her even without the hat. I mean, the purple skin, the yellow eyes, everything else about the outfit, I don't know. I just want to walk by. Also, yeah, I want to know what's going on with that. Wow. You said something about him coming back, didn't you? Yep, there goes my gamepad. The stuff we collected in the lamp. You haven't conquered anything. That seemed like a reasonable plan. Destroy the dark magic at its source. Keep him engraved where he belongs. The map of the Forbidden Isles. Okay. Okay. I think she raises a good point. So, I guess we're stagnated now. And let... Well, since you don't have the map, I get the feeling she's not going anywhere. So, let's, it's been about 25 minutes. Let's do a quick tour of the town. That way, if you die, you won't die. If I didn't die, then why did I die? Out of my brain. And yeah, Pirate Flare, well, we'll take a look in the shop here in a moment. Yeah. I still don't know why everyone's active, but then again, I don't know the time span between the last game and this one, so... You know, maybe that is surprising news. Maybe it's like just the next day after the previous game ended, I don't know. Giant bird eggs. Alright. Well, you know, if that's what you want to do with your life, sure. Alright, well, actually, you know what? Let's head off to the library. It's not too far of a run. Yeah, you're not going to let me go without a library card. I don't have a library card. Let's go step in and talk to people here. Because, yeah, if you couldn't figure it out, the door that we came out of over here, this leads to Uncle Mimic's laboratory, which there's nothing we can do here right now, or actually for the majority of the game. That place is pretty much useless. We have over here our various shops and things like that. The shop, well, is pretty obvious and easy to figure out. We can buy stuff. There's not much we can afford right now. Actually, we can afford one thing, I think. Yes, we can. We can afford some silky cream. Because the main thing, I mean, all these have their uses. Potions restore some health, though enemies drop, you know, chunks of meat and stuff like that you can use just as well, so potions aren't that great. Auto potions will automatically revive you, those are a little more useful. Pirate flares allow you, as I said a moment ago, to warp back to Risky's pirate ship, because yeah, we are going to go on an adventure with her, and then, you know, those will work at to other islands, and those will work as a quick way to get back to the ship. Pike balls, Bolo gave us one of those, I already explained it, little ball that floats around you. Super Pike balls will summon 3 balls, so, you know, more hits, more damage, fun stuff like that. Bubbles will block projectile attacks, and, you know, that's cool, I guess. Monster Milk boosts your attack strength and is full of what might be enzymes. Or steroids. Extra steroids? Enzymes? What are steroids? I don't know. And then Super Monster Milk, which is basically Monster Milk, but like twice as powerful or something like that. I don't remember specifically how much more powerful, but yeah. It's an even stronger attack boost. And you can buy all of those in single or 3 at a time, and you can only carry 9 of any one item at a time as far as consumables go. Then we have the real stuff. Everything, once you get to the Super Monster Milk down, are permit upgrades. For the moment, all we have is shampoo, which will add for every bottle of shampoo we buy. It increases the damage our hair does by 1 point. You'll notice whenever we hit things, see a little number 5 pop up out of their head. That's the damage we're doing. If I were to buy this, we'd start doing 6 damage. It's an okay, like, if you get all of them, it's useful, but the individual ones are kind of iffy on the usefulness. Silky Cream is a little bit more useful because it increases your attack speed and how rapidly you can attack. Very useful to have. We're going to buy it here in a moment. There's also Backdash, which allows you to basically, well, backdash. You can do like this, basically, it's kind of like a little pirouette back. It's kind of like a backstep pirouette that puts her you know, away from whatever direction she's facing. Usually you use it in a fight to get away from an enemy. Recover allows you, if you get hit by an attack that actually knocks you back, you can press jump in midair and it'll let you, basically, air tech, I guess. Can't think of a better way to describe it. Sorry if you don't play fighting games, you know what that means. We'll get it eventually and you'll see it then. And Power Kick, which is a really cool alternate attacks you have. I don't remember it too well, mostly because its cost and how all the other how a lot of the other things are very useful to have. It's kind of hard. You don't get it until fairly late into the game, or at least I don't tend to. But if I remember correctly, it's pretty useful, but it's a bit difficult to use. It's actually something that's returning from the first game. They actually had a couple of moves like that that would give you like special attacks you could perform that were like more powerful, but had like sometimes slightly weird hitboxes to be able to be used well. Anyway, as I said, we're going to buy some Silky Cream because fast attack speed is awesome. Plus, you gotta love that little like you know, after image effect as her hair is whipping, because she whips her hair back and forth. Actually, that song is entirely too catchy, and I'm going to be singing that for like the next couple of days. Why'd I do that to myself? Alright, so here's another heart squid. It brings us to 2? Yeah, 2. But more importantly, I never noticed that when she turns around her hair, she flips her hair. I never noticed that. That's cool. That's kind of cool. Anyway, this lady is very important for the heart squids. Because as I said, 4 of them will make a new heart container. You can have, I believe, it's either 8 or 10 heart containers at maximum. The thing is, you need to, as I said, collect 4 heart squids to get a heart container, but you need to bring them to a specific NPC. This lady, who, well, she's the squid smith. He'll take adorable little heart squids, 4 at a time, as I said, and melt them down to make another heart container for you. Unfortunately, we don't have 4 heart squids, so we can't do anything with that right now. Up here is the baths, as the fat lady who apparently drinks bath water said. And I'll talk to the bath lady, but it's pretty obvious. And yeah, you can enter this water, and you'll recover health at 1 point at a time at a steady rate. Yeah, since we only had that 1 point of damage, we don't really have to worry about it too much. But yeah, that's a nice thing to hit whenever you're back in town if you're damaged. And then up here is Sky's house, the lady with the bird that was talking to us as doing that whole first section. Yeah, see her. Okay, I'm curious to see what excuse she comes up with. That actually was that was a nice cover. All right then. And so we've got Guy's library card. Wait, don't go in. What? Okay. Alright, so now we've got a library card. We can talk to that guard and head out of town. But given that... Yeah, it's been about 30 minutes. There's a couple of things we'll need to take care of once we get over to there, so... Yeah, let's go ahead and save our game, which is what this final door is here. Takes us to the short little save man, who will both, of course, save our game. And it's here where we're going to end it for today. Tune in next time where we're going to go head to the library, see if we can find a map, and hopefully keep our hair in the process. Anyway, until then, as always, later, folks.